What's up? It's Mr. M once again. I apologize for taking so long with posting another video. I've been extremely busy working on various projects. What this video is going to be about is the Beast module, primarily extracting headway cells from the Beast module. In this particular part 1 episode of the Beast module breakdown, I will be building a 16 amp hour smaller bank for under 2 or around 2K. I will then, in part 2, build a 48 amp hour, including making my own busing. And then finally, I will touch base and talk a little bit about this unit right here. This is a 32 amp hour unit. It's internally isolated, internally fused. It has thermostatic cooling, internally balanced. It has a remote relay to turn everything on and off with the car stereo. It houses I think it's 4 times 4, 16 cells, 13 amp hours. And it has voltage readouts for the overall unit, and then each string, as well as controls for the LEDs that light up the behind the acrylic there. And then you have your thermostat right here. So without saying any more, let's get started on the Beast module breakdown. So let's open this up. It is a Beast module from battery hookup. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff I don't need in here. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is pull it out. What we have here is a Beast module headway bank unit. One of the very first things that I want to note, this is actually already broken down, so I'm kind of after the fact mentioning this. I learned it the hard way, but that being said, one of the things that you need to do very first before you start unscrewing anything or doing anything on the top here is remove the aluminum case, which can be done by pulling out your end screws here. I'm not sure exactly which holes all had screws in it. I think it was actually every single hole, but that being said, you remove those screws, you can pull the unit directly out like this. Of course, there's no cells in it anymore because I already removed them. And then, like I say, the very first thing you want to do before you do anything else is go in here and remove this plate, whatever. It doesn't matter what order, but you want to break the circuit going through the unit so that there's no risk of electric shock or shorting out the battery. next circuit we're going to disconnect is over here because I don't want any risk of shorting. No longer complete, so our risk drops significantly. Now the next thing I want to do is figure out what the deal with this guy is this is something we can just some kind of heat shield thermostat of some kind. Okay. Dismantle all of these cells. This body slides right out like so. No longer required. Now, let's get some nuts plugged into the thing. Cut these off. So I'm just disconnecting all of the additional wiring here. So I'm sure attached to some kind of external balancer or something to that effect. Clearly we're no longer using it, so off it goes. And this looks like a thermal switch of sorts or a thermostat. Now, tape here, that leads me to believe there's some risk of shorting. This is for your fan. More thermostats over here. Now that everything's been disconnected, I'm not overly concerned. Pull the fan off. Okay. Get ourselves to splitting the two units apart. So the cells themselves are bolted together in the middle to each other, creating a 6.4 volt series, then connecting to the overall 8S setup. 32 amp hours. That will pop this guy off. There we have our cells. So theoretically, we should be able to unscrew them. Oh, shoot. It's delightful. However, they're snug. Not sure how one goes about turning these things up. There we go. There you go. It's an M6 grub. Now, let's just see what they're resting at. Come on, at least this one's resting at. I'm not going to demonstrate unscrewing every single cell, but we will see what this one's resting at. .23 volts. That is beautiful. Okay. So, these out of the way. So take a little break from this. Unscrew a couple more cells so that I can start putting the 16 amp hour bank together. That is what I'm gonna do. We'll be right back. So now that I'm down to the 8th cell, I will show you how I'm unscrewing them because they are a little bit tricky to get off, and like I say, to get to the bottom set you need to get the top set off so you can separate it. They all screw directly onto the one. That's delightful. Those are separated, but those are connected. So what I've got is a 2mm Allen key. You can insert it across through the vent holes, or the whatever the holes are for, on the top of the cell. Take a look at those. The holes straight across. And then simply use it to give you something to push on, just to get it loose, and take it out. Once it's loose, they turn pretty easy. Like I say, this is the last cell I'm going to pull out for now, and put together the 16 amp hour bank. Once that one is together, I will go on to the 48 amp hour bank, which is 24 cells. So yeah, the next thing I'm going to do is get the bars and start putting these cells onto the 4S2P 16 amp hour headway lithium bank. And just to sort of revisit what I was talking about with the 2mm Allen key, just through the two holes, or any of the two holes on opposite sides, gives you something to help turn those. But you want to hold it as close to the, where you're pushing, as close to the metal as possible, because these things, 2mm, will bend quite easily. So now I've got this is 3/8 inch steel that was drilled with a 5/16 hole in the middle and a 1/2 inch hole around, so it's countersunk, so when you drop your hardware in, it sits underneath the surface of the metal. Obviously these are slightly different than the ones that come with the Beast module. These are quite short, 6M, and these are quite a bit longer, so you get enough thread to go through the plates and into the bars. One of the other things that we're going to need to do is put a put mounting screws here, which I also have. I don't know which which bag those are in. I'll have to track those down, but for now what we're going to do is put the cells onto these bars. So for the first one we will do the minus. What we're going to do for each of them is throw a washer and a lock washer on. I don't know if they're both necessary, but we're going to do it anyway. I got a lot of them, so that's a lot more than I need, but that's okay. So we will start with a lock washer, a regular washer, a plate, and then we will do minus first. And we will turn it so that, and lock it there. That way we can set it with, that's not it, with the headway titles sticking out, because that's always pleasant. Lock that guy. Then we're going to do the next one, same deal. This one. So unlike the last headway that I didn't actually make these bars per se. So you got to make sure your headways are facing the same way, such that your circuit will work. I didn't make these ones. I had them drilled by a company rather than doing the machining myself. There you go. Beautiful. So I will speed this up, get these together, put the balancer on. I'll talk about the balancer before I put the balancer on, but I'll put this all together with it sped up, and then at the end we'll voltage test and do the balancer. Good. So here we have the 16 amp hour 4S2P headway bank. It is going to be 12 12.8 volts or somewhere thereabouts. Let's just take a quick look. We still need to put a balancer on it, and we still need to 12.96 volts. Sorry about that. 12. Can you see that? I can't even see this on the camera. 12.96 volts. Put the balancer on and put the two bolts on the top. I gotta find those, so we will reconvene once I have all of that ready to go. That is it for the Beast module breakdown and the 16 amp hour lithium 4S2P module build or bank build. Thank you for checking out this video. Hopefully you had as much fun as I did, because I think it was incredible. But if you didn't, I apologize. But that being said, hopefully you will also stick around for part 2, where I make a 48 amp hour lithium bank and do the hand sawn, but like I will actually manufacture the aluminum, the 3/8 inch aluminum top plates from stock plates of aluminum. Yeah, it's awesome. Check it out. Subscribe. I just want to apologize for some other things as well while we're here. I will be doing an update video on the Reaper build and the voice coil winding machine. I have made a small amount of more progress. We'll take a quick look at that right now, just so you know that I'm not just, telling you these things. One of the sort of factors that is played into slowing that process down is I have no money. So that, really slows things down. So I have to do these small builds and jobs to finance the Reaper build, whatever it may be, building custom enclosures, building battery banks, repairing speakers, as you've seen from my channel. Side hustle. Awesome. But we will go over there, take a quick look at what I've got so far for the winding machine. The next step is going to be actually building the guide module, or the guide track with the pulleys at the, where are the pulleys? I think I have these pulleys here somewhere. The pulleys that I'll be using to feed the wire onto the actual drum or spindle or whatever you want to call it, and it'll track with the wire position as it adjusts and pulleys and all that stuff. It'll be a lot more interesting when it's together. Obviously right now you just see the bits and pieces and it doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's okay. We're gonna go take a look and see what you think right now. So here is what we have so far built for the wire feed. So this will sit somewhere like it is, aligned with the drum that will have the former clamped onto it. The wire will be coming from these two spools here, because as I may or may not have mentioned, it is going to be a quad 1 ohm 8-layer bifiller, etc, etc. So I've got to have 2 wire feeds going simultaneously. They will run down along here from where they're positioned now to pulleys stationed like this, I think, through here, so that they arrive in the middle. It'll actually probably be closer to there, so that they go, I don't know, in between those 2 pulleys, to line them up with the 2 pulleys that will actually be attached to the track. And as you can see, the track moves along with the stepper motor. Then there will be pulleys here that will change the direction of the wire from running horizontally parallel to these rails up to and over the pulleys that will be like this. There will be a top and bottom pulley here, and then the wire feed will go down and under, and it'll spin around in this direction, pulling wire over those pulleys, around the second set of pulleys, through the first set of pulleys, and off of the spindles or the spools of wire here, while also moving along as that rotates to a line. It's gonna be amazing. Hopefully you guys will hit that subscribe button, stick around, check out that video when it eventually drops. And yeah, thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for your support as always. We did just launch our gsaindustries.ca website. So if you're feeling really generous and you want a super awesome t-shirt or hoodie or any other product that we eventually list on there, you can go check out that website. I'll put the link in the description below. Otherwise, have a great day, and like I say, hopefully check out some of the other videos or whatnot.